Hello, welcome to another episode of Sports Cards for Lovers. Today I've got a much different episode than usual where I have bought 50 packs of Donruss Retail from eBay to see if they're worth it. Is it worth buying random packs off eBay? I feel like the answer is already obviously no, but if we don't try it, will we know what's actually happening, if it's worthwhile or not? I'm going to be immediately starting to open these, and I'm going to probably go quickly through them. There's only 5 cards per pack, and there's 50 packs in total. So let's not take too much time. Let's see if we can get a single thing out of buying out of eBay. Random packs out of eBay at that. One thing I want to mention though, as I'm doing this episode, if I do get anything worthwhile, I'll likely be posting it onto my eBay if you're interested. I think with almost every episode I do from now on, I'll likely be posting anything I don't want onto eBay. I need to make back some of the value. We got Eli Manning, Joel McCoy, Justin Simmons, and nice, a press proof Terry McLaurin yellow parallel. Is that yellow or gold? I don't know. Ty Johnson rookie card. It's numbered. It's not numbered. I don't think any of these. I don't know if we'll get any numbered cards at all. I anticipate we will not. I anticipate we'll get nothing of value, not even like of minimal value. So we're gonna go as quickly as we can through all of these. There's 50 packs. That's a lot. Oh my gosh. These packs are not particularly easy to open. All right, Nick Chubb, Eric Ebron, Chris Herndon, and another yellow. This one, LJ Collier, as well as a rookie DeAndre Baker. LJ Collier, cool. I won't be doing points for this episode because it's not really something I can compare it to, so it doesn't make sense to do points. I'm just gonna keep this to the most minimal content, most minimal production, and we'll just keep going through the packs as fast as we can. Travis Kelce, Brandon Cooks, Allen Robinson, a Kyler Murray yellow, that's cool, and a Montez Sweat, Kyler Murray yellow, sweet. Again, not numbered, no. But, cool parallel. Oh, gotta go to the first pile. These are 10 each in each pile. Cool parallel. I wonder how much value they've got in the market. A little bit curious. We'll be hopeful that anything here can make back the amount they spent. All of this, about 50 packs, cost I think $20 off of eBay. So I was just curious to see if it's actually worth it to ever purchase off there. Purchasing random packs. Sony Michel, Andy Dalton, Jimmy Garoppolo, a Darren Lee press proof parallel, and Darius Slayton rookie. Cool. At least the Kyler Murray one's nice. I'm gonna take that out actually and quickly put it in a. No, I'll do it later. I don't want to waste the time on the camera. You're seeing the more like messy version of me where I haven't really thought out how I'm doing this and just kind of going in. You usually don't see this side of me when I do a normal episode. I've kind of prepared more for that. DeMarcus Lawrence, Marlon Mack, Joe Montana, was that Joe Montana? Yes, Joe Montana. Dalvin Cook, yellow parallel, and Sean Murphy Bunting. All right. Dalvin Cook one, cool. The Kyler Murray one's the best one so far. At least that one's gonna have like some resale value. Maybe if I'm lucky, it might make back the amount that I spent on this. I hope so. James Conner, Dan Marino, Cordell Patterson, Sean Murphy Bunting again, this time of the parallel version. Drew Sample, tight end. Drew Sample is like literally a blocking only tight end that the Bengals kind of overdrafted, I think. Which is weird because they have 2 really good tight ends already in Tyler Eifert and CJ Uzomah. And Uzomah, I'm hopeful for. I'm hopeful he's going to break out this season, have a really good year. Le'Veon Bell in the Jets Photoshop, Mark Ingram, Calvin Johnson, and then Jamal Dean, rookie card parallel, and LJ Collier base. I think I already have one of those. So you can definitely tell these are legitimately random packs from retail because I've gotten 2 of the same player within 10 packs. I don't think that usually happens when you buy a box. But hopeful, maybe one decent card in here. Aaron Jones, Kiko Alonso, oops, skip that. Matt Breida, and Jared Davis, linebacker. Then Saquon Hampton. I don't know who Saquon Hampton is. Jared Davis was never a fan. His analytics are always really poor for the linebackers. I was very against him, and when he got drafted, I thought it was overdraft. I feel like I'm correct on that. I know he's injured this year. He's not going to get to play much, or at least as much, but I still feel correct on my assumption that he wasn't worth it. Tyler Lockett, Anthony Muniz, Kyle Fuller, David Montgomery, Bears. Just watched them play Thursday. Tony Pollard, Cowboys. Cool. David Montgomery did not take over the backfield. I thought that seemed like it was fairly obvious with how much Mike Davis got for his contract, that he was not going to get the full backfield to himself. But going on, Vance McDonald, Taysom Hill, Emmanuel Sanders again. Cool. AJ Brown, rookie. All right. Do appreciate getting 2 Emmanuel Sanders in a row. I think that was a neat moment. Next stack. So we're going 10 packs at a time. Got to try to get through these as fast as possible. See if we can get something good. Tyrann Mathieu, Derek Carr, Jerron Davis again, and Traven Williams, running back, and Juan Thornhill. Juan Thornhill, very cool player, very good player. Kind of a steal. I think he went in the second round. A little bit of a steal for the Chiefs. We'll see if he actually if he's as good of a player as he seemed like as a prospect. Baker Mayfield, Joe McCoy, Cortland Sutton, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen of the Jaguars, who I'm a big fan of. Probably part of my personal collection. At least I got one card here. Lamar Jackson, also press proof yellow. Interesting to see. I wonder what the resale market for the yellow is like. I didn't actually check before purchasing, so I'm kind of going into it with hopes. Eli Manning, Leonard Fournette, Justin Simmons, and another Terry McLaurin yellow. All right, 2 of them, sweet. Ty Johnson, rookie card. Yep. Buying retail packs off eBay, certainly worthwhile. It's not. If there's not going to be a single good card in here, I'm sure, and I'm going to be regretting this purchase. Jordan Howard, Clay Matthews, Chris Herndon 4th, Drew Lock yellow. Okay, another one worth keeping. Ryan Finley. I think any quarterback card, any quarterback from the first 2 rounds, you all know that they go for a lot of value. If there's an option to resell them, you should take it. They are usually going for high. Brandon Cunningham. Oh, this one's slightly different colors. No. Kelly's Campbell. That's Sam Darnold. And then Blake Martinez, yellow. And Kyler Murray base. I'll keep that for myself. Actually, take out that one card there. So keep that Kyler Murray base for me. I'm a fan. I want to keep it. Probably be reselling them eventually. I have high hopes that Murray's going to win the Offensive Rookie of the Year. I don't think there's much in this competition. Almost every other player doesn't really have the opportunity he does. Wesley Walls, Mike Evans, Bradley Chubb, and N'Keal Harry. Cool. First round pick. Quinn Williams. So yellow parallel, a given in every single pack, so obviously not a single one is numbered. I have not yet a numbered card. I don't think I'll get a numbered card throughout all of these. So we'll see. Jimmy Graham, Jason Pierre-Paul, Jordan Reed. What's that? Antonio Brown, the yellow Raiders. That's going to be a cursed card within the next week. Christian Wilkins, defensive tackle, first round pick for the Dolphins. If you don't know what a cursed card is, it's basically a player who is not known for being on the team they're on, that at least the card has them on, and they're not. And when they were on that team, they were either like at the end of their career or it just was like a bad match. Steve Largent, Quentin Nelson, Matthew Stafford, Sean Gary, first round pick for the Packers, and Josh Jacobs, first round pick for the Raiders. So like that Antonio Brown card is pretty similar to like the 2014 Ed Reed Jets card, where it's like no one even remembers that Ed Reed was on the Jets, and there's no reason for him to have a card on the Jets, but he does. If you go to Topps, you'll get an Ed Reed Jets card. I have one. Drew Bledsoe, T.Y. Hilton, Darren Lee, and Gardner Minshew, another rookie quarterback. Keep that for me. Ed Oliver, rookie. Jets picked up Quinn Williams over Ed Oliver, which I still feel like is going to be a mistake. I think Ed Oliver projects much closer to Aaron Donald, or at least not Aaron Donald, like a game breaker player than Quinnen does. So it was a bit upsetting as a Jets fan. Chris Jones, Sean Williams, Emmanuel Sanders, Jamal Adams, right? Yep. Jamal Adams yellow. That's a personal collection card. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, cool. I think Chauncey is listed as a safety, but he might also be, I think he's actually cornerback on their depth chart. I don't really recall. I think he's kind of like a mix of both, if I remember right. We're entering the third stack, so 10 out of 10. David Johnson, Mark Brunell, John Riggins, Damian Harris yellow, and, nope, what was that? Alize Mack, also really cool prospect. Seems like he has high potential, high opportunities, but I think he's a 7th round pick, and that's always makes it hard to make in the NFL. Jalen Smith, Peyton Manning, Alvin Kamara, who's that? Rock Ya-Sin, very cool. I like Rock Ya-Sin. Raquel Armstead. Rock Ya-Sin is an awesome name. Love him. I drafted him on one of my dynasty fantasy teams because I believe he's going to have a good season as a rookie cornerback. Kind of valuable to always get a corner who thinks to get targeted a lot in fantasy. At least if you play IDP. Jimmy Graham, Derek Carr, Jordan Reed, another Blake Martinez yellow, and another Christian Wilkins. Okay, so two Blake Martinez yellows so far. Might end up selling things as a lot soon to try to get these yellows out of my collection. At least the ones I don't want. Saquon Barkley, Peyton Barber, John Elway, and James Conner press booth. Finally, Devin Singletary rookie card. Cool. I'm gonna throw all of those packs to the floor. Deal with that later. Alright. Neil Hunter, Sean Williams, Alvin Kamara, AJ Brown. Cool. I like AJ Brown a lot. And Dakota Allen, linebacker. AJ Brown, really sweet player, outproduced DK Metcalf by tons, and I think he's gonna end up being the better player. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt me, but I think he's gonna be the better player. However, he's gonna have to wait a year at least until Adam Humphries is kind of moving out of the slot in Tennessee. Pat Tillman, Gus Edwards, Jamal Adams, another Mitchell Trubisky parallel. I've got a bunch, and Myles Gaskin, running back, Dolphins. I've got a bunch of Trubisky cards, and I'm probably putting up a lot for sale in a Mitchell Trubisky lot for sale on my eBay for 99 cents at some point tonight. So if you're interested, you can feel free to go. Sterling Shepard, Keenan Allen, Fred Warner, Easton Stick, another quarterback. This one Chargers, and Dexter Williams, running back. Williams did not get, I think, any carries in his first active game. Easton Stick, too, is a pretty cool quarterback. I think he had a great preseason. I'm not sure if I'm remembering that right. It was a pretty good preseason, and he's pretty athletic. He's got a lot of potential. If he ever gets a starting nod as a quarterback for the Chargers, he will probably do really well in fantasy. I'll tell you that for sure. Frank Clark, Aaron Donald, Darius Slay, Kenny Galladay, press proof, parallel, and Kelvin Harmon. Kenny Galladay, sweet. I don't think that card's be worth anything. I don't think I'll be lucky if I can sell it for the 99 cents, but we'll see. I know it's weird to talk about selling the cards, but I feel like it's pretty obvious that anything I don't want for myself is not something I'm going to keep. Myles Garrett, Zay Jones, Darren Lee, and Clayton Thornton, another quarterback for the Eagles. Monty Hooker as well. This class had a lot of good safety prospects that kind of went underrated. For some reason, the wide receiver class got a lot of hype, despite most of them sort of being much more limited and boring than previous classes. But the safety and the edge class was just incredible this year. Jarvis Landry, LaShawn McCoy, Tariq Cohen, who's that? Michael Gallup, yellow parallel, and Justice Hill, rookie. Cool. We are now up to our 4th stack, so that means we've gone through 30 packs already. We've got nothing of particular value to show for it, but we're going through Christian Kirk, Keenan Allen, Tevin Coleman, CJ Mosley parallel, also for me, Greedy Williams rookie card. I am a Jets fan and collector, so I obviously will be collecting every Jets card I get. I know I passed by Quentin Williams rookie card, but I've already got that. What do we got? James Conner, Michael Thomas, Cordell Patterson, and Myles Gaskin rookie, and Drew Sample. Alright, every thick pack so far, like some of these are thicker, like this one's thicker, but they've all just contained the kid reporter card. So, nothing to show for it. Leighton Vander Esch, Quinn Nelson, Philip Lindsay, Von Miller yellow, Scott Miller, and kid reporter. I think Scott Miller's on his way out of Tampa Bay, which is interesting because he's pretty high ceiling rookie as a slot prospect. I think he's like 5'11", 200 pounds. But high potential rookie, it doesn't look like it's working out. Steve Largent, Jason Pierre-Paul, Matthew Stafford, and Deontay Johnson. Oh, I like Deontay Johnson a lot. And Josh Jacobs again. I got one of Deontay Johnson's autos, which I'm also selling because I don't want us to keep it that badly, but I was interested in just saying that I had owned it. Like for me, I think the joy is really in opening the pack of card and just saying I got it. Leighton Vander Esch, Michael Thomas, Philip Lindsay, Fred Warner yellow, Scott Miller again, and kid reporter. Yep, just tossing them to the side, off to the floor. Those will be dealt with at a different time. Their punishment will come later. Randy Moss, Kenny Stills, Julio Jones, Sony Michel yellow parallel, and Jeffrey Simmons defensive tackle. This was a great defensive tackle class. I mean, I know Christian Wilkins and like Dexter Lawrence went high, which I don't think were the two of the more interesting ones, but like the Jeffrey Simmons, the Jerry Tillery, Quinn Williams, Ed Oliver, Tristan Hill, Christian McCaffrey, they were all really good. I kind of just seemed into the pack without even finishing that thought. Ed Reed, Marvin Jones Jr., Riley Ridley, yellow parallel, and then Marcus Green, who I think already got cut by the Falcons. I was hopeful for Marcus Green. I was very hopeful for him that he would carve out a slot receiver role with the Falcons after a year of being a returner, but they already cut him and put him on the practice squad, so we'll see what happens with him. Jair Alexander, Melvin Gordon. I love Melvin Gordon. I'm keeping him for myself. I'm also keeping Jair for myself. Darius Geis, Travis Kelce, parallel. Jared Stidham, rookie quarterback. Keep that. Yeah, I collect players who I do well with in fantasy leagues too, especially since I play in very deep fantasy leagues that I compete with individual defensive players and everything. So like Jair Alexander, I'm keeping that. I drafted him. I love him. He was one of my favorite picks. I was hopeful for him. Chris Jones, T.Y. Hilton, Emmanuel Sanders again. This is the second time that happened. Back-to-back Emmanuel Sanders and one of them being a parallel. Chauncey Gordon-Johnson. I think that was actually the same exact pack I got last time. When I do the video and I go back to the video, I'm actually going to check that. I might edit it in. If it's the same exact pack twice, same configuration, that has to mean something about how the cards are packaged. Juju Smith-Schuster, Drew Brees, Jamal Adams, Raquan Smith, parallel, Kendall Sheffield, the cornerback. Raquan Smith was a slam dunk prospect, just like Devin White is. One of the most obvious slam dunks for the linebacker position. His analytics were just incredible. Danielle Hunter, Kenyon Drake, Alvin Kamara, A.J. Brown parallel, cool. And then Dakota Allen. Alright, so far, again, not a single numbered card, not a single thing of value. Very clear, buying retail packs off eBay is a risky endeavor, a questionable decision to make. Demarcus Lawrence, Anthony Muniz, Joe Montana, Carlos Hyde parallel, Jaguars, Sean Murphy Bunting. That's a Jaguar. He has a Jaguars helmet, I think, and that's a Chiefs. He has a Chiefs card. Anyway, yeah, it's pretty obvious. It's a wasteful decision to buy eBay retail packs. Ben Roethlisberger, Marlon Mack, Robbie Anderson. I don't think I have Robbie Anderson from the set actually. Nasir Adderley yellow. Oh, sweet, and Travian Williams. Well, at least I have Robbie for myself. Robbie and Jamal Adams kind of, hit my personal collection. I think Jamal Adams is the only, parallel I have for my personal collection, but regardless. Michael Bennett, Adam Vinatieri, Jermaine Johnson, John Elway parallel, and Nasir Adderley again. I feel there's only like 2 kickers you're allowed to put on a football card, and that's Adam Vinatieri and Justin Tucker. It's like illegal to put any other kicker. And I think you're only allowed to put 1 punter, and I forgot which punter it is. But there's only like 1 punter you're allowed to put in. So eventually they'll be putting Michael Dixon from the Seahawks on these cards too, though. Tyler Lockett, Kiko Alonso, Kyle Fuller, Irv Smith Jr. Parallel, that's Glenn Sweet, and Tony Pollard. High hopes for Irv Smith Jr. Very high hopes for him myself. Outproduced O.J. Howard at Alabama. Like in a single season, he had way better statistics than either O.J. Howard's season. Howard's doing great. So hopeful. It doesn't mean anything particularly, but it's hopeful. Jason Witten, Derrick Henry, George Kittle, and Joe Flacco yellow, and then Deebo Samuel rookie. Put that back. Alright. This is a long and disappointing video. I know. But we have to go through it once. Delson Aguilar, AJ Boye, CJ Mosley, DK Metcalf, sweet, and Chandler Cox. I'm assuming Metcalf sells well. I don't know, but I'm assuming he does. I hope he does. Because him, Murray, and the one other card I pulled out in there, I forgot which one it was, were the only ones that I think from this whole set might have any chance of regaining my value. What was that against? Curtis Samuel, Jameis Winston, Von Miller, Vance McDonald, yellow, and Jerry Tillery, Chargers. Tillery's going to be missing for, I think, about a full season, recovering from an ACL that he suffered, I think, in November of the college season. So they're going to be waiting at least until next year to see him, but he seems like he'll be good just as well as many of the other defensive tackles in this class. Larry Fitzgerald, Jerome Casey, Josh Norman, Adam Thielen yellow, Ben Banagoo, and that's that. Last pack. All we have to show for this is disappointment, but we did get the Kyler Murray yellow, so something to be said there, something to be said. Tom Brady, Gary Conley, Josh Allen, and then the Jeffrey Simmons and the Nick Bosa. Okay, that's everything. I'm gonna take out some plastics, some penny sleeves, and start putting them in. Overall, not a good decision to buy retail packs off of eBay. Don't think I'm really going to be doing it again. I think it's probably something I would, avoid if I can. Stay away from as much as possible. Maybe just stick to doing it at your local card shop. Don't get fooled into thinking eBay has deals for you when it comes to random packs. I think it's quite clear the people there do not care too much to give you a value. But this was an experiment, an attempt, and hope you enjoyed. So thanks for watching Sports Cards for Lovers. I hope I'll see you again next time, and if you want, you'll be able to see these on eBay. See what we get. Bye.